the one that draws back. I can't draw back now.
The appointed time is a scriptural word to represent what we call kairos. Are you with me? Listen. The appointed time manifests within a kairos. The thing about a kairos is that no fasting and prayer can create it. It is beyond the effort and power of man. That is what Jesus is trying to show them in the book of Acts chapter 1. You remember? When they asked him, after he taught them for 40 years, he asked them, would I at this time restore the kingdom to Israel? He said, it's not in your power. Leave the things. This one is not in your power. Your job is to pray and fast. This matter now is in the authority of the Father to decide. The kairos is a specific thing given to the authority of the Father. But there is something I want you to know. It looks as if there are things we pay attention to, and if we yield ourselves to them, accomplish them, we can determine possible seasons of kairos. Are you getting what I'm saying now? Like, you might not say it will be on 21st December, but there is a way you run this year. There is a way you run this year from January till June. You just smelling as if something wants to happen. Now that kind of thing happened to him. You don't know when, you don't know how, but you just know something is about to happen. Something is about to happen. Something is about to happen. That means, to a great extent, the appointed time can actually be determined. It might not be determined directly to a day or to an event, but it can be determined to a kairos. Are you getting the point? So we now know within this season, God wants to come through to put a seal of manifestation to your subsequent obedience to his instructions over a period of time. Number two thing I want you to know. There are several kairoses that God crafts out for a man within his season of appointed time. The power that that man gains after that time in the execution of the purpose that he carries is how much he has been able to maximize those several kairoses. Are you with me now? Let's assume God told you to do something. I'm just assuming. And then the appointed time, after 6 months, God now appeared. He can set up an encounter for you every night. He can set up an encounter or something for you every 2 days. Or you just know that something will happen. Are you with me? Are you sure? God can design that every 50 days is your kairos. Yes, he can design that every 50 days is your kairos for the next 5 years. Or for a 5-year period. For any reason why you did not maximize what God has kept within that kairos, will make you weak and incapable of executing outside of kairos. Are you getting the point? It will look as if a man appeared in his appointed season came. He appeared as if he is nothing. Because what God opened to furnish you with, you didn't take advantage of it. And there can be many reasons. But follow me. Watch. One of the reasons why it can happen is that in the seasons that God calls you into the secret place, you did not hit the call properly. You see it? So this is what God does many times. You can say, what will it take for you to become the kind of person that we will use to do this? They say, somebody will say, it's hard though to get that kind of person. Say, what if we send him to Neo? We say, if he goes to Neo, if he stays there for 1 year, he will become that kind of thing. They say, let's give him 2 years. Are you following what I'm saying? According to their reading, 1 year is enough, and there is abundant evidence on ground. But they gave you 2 years, so that no how. Say after me, no how. If 1 year is what is required, and they extended your own to 2 years, no how. You can make it within that 2 years, since it's just 1 year that is required. 1 year, 6 months later, the person is still struggling with his prayer life. She your friend? So imagine that 2 years clocking, and 7 angels are coming from heaven. They said, our son must be ready by now. Our son must be ready by now. Our son. And they have chattered it. So when they appeared to coronate a matured son that has the capacity, they go back to heaven and say, Father, who did you tell us to? Because the man we saw is still cleaning his nose. That's one reason why. So after me, my God will not meet me out of shape.
Let your glory cover me. Let it cover me. Let it envelop me. Let it overshadow me. Overshadow me.